Welcome back to the mid-season finale of R&R with RTZ with your host, Areeba. And I just want you to know that I was absent for the last podcast, but I am not gone. I'm here to stay.
Dang. This is your other host, Rahib Tizamon, and I did not pass out during the Stray Kids concert yesterday in this extreme heat. No one cares. Yay me.
That's good. This is Rahib Tizamon, and the fun fact is, in this room, I ate floor right over there in that corner. It
in
was
front of a hottie, too.
Traumatic. I
we talked about that,
won't
right?
disagree
Yeah,
with
we
that.
talk about that. Yeah.
I think
I like it. Call back.
I like how you keep bringing up.
Yeah, you have to mention that. You don't have to mention that part. It's already embarrassing
But that's
enough.
the only reason why it matters and why you keep remembering it, too.
No,
Keep going. We haven't got the intro yet.
Butt remembers it.
And this is Prithvi. Anyone who knows how to do voter fraud, hit me up. I'm trying to vote in the New York Democratic mayoral election.
Same.
For Cuomo, though.
For our boy Zoran.
Definitely Zoran. We don't
Ride
support
for him.
sex offenders here.
Yeah, so voter fraud people, hit me up.
And this
So
means,
Trump's people? Sorry.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
This is Trump's people. That's what you want.
Oh,
Anyways.
no.
Don't get ice
No, the
on
people
us,
that Trump's people are mad about. Like, oh, the voter fraud people.
which is definitely.
I'm looking for them. Help me do that in New York.
All right. In this mid-season finale, we're going to talk about the season so far, this current location. If you're watching, we have a new place, or we're in the middle of a move, and what the future holds for RTZ. Let's get into it. Rest and relax while we rant and ramble. R&R with RTZ. All right.
Wow, we're not in Kansas anymore. Where the hell are we?
Ooh.
And soon we won't even be in Centerville anymore. Where will we be?
Nope. We are moving houses. Right now we shoot in our house in good old Centerville, but we're moving to Manassas.
Oh, I thought if you hit the boo, I would be so mad.
You should have hit the boo.
We have to
no.
be cheerful, okay?
No, the place is actually really nice. So it's not like Manassas is, but like it's like when you walk into the place, it doesn't feel like you're in Manassas. So
You got to start
good.
being
pro
Manassas, like pro Manassas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
aren't you the one that tells everybody that you're from DC when you live in Manassas?
That was one time to people who'd never heard of Manassas before.
I know, but I love bringing it up.
You were in a different city though, right? Like you were far away from here when that.
Hey, don't help.
No,
him.
at that time
We're
I lived in
family.
Manassas.
No.
No. When you
where
were
you
telling
said
people,
that,
you were like, I think we were in like in Chicago or like at a watch list.
No, I
practice
was
or
literally
something.
on a Zoom call with people from California,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Texas, from Washington State.
right.
So and there was a huge conglomerate of our group that was from DC. So I said, oh yeah, I'm part of the DC group. I'm from DC.
Okay. I mean, I see the logic there.
Right? It makes
No,
it
yeah.
We'll never be on the map with that attitude.
Yeah.
We'll never be
We'll
there.
always be
Good.
the South.
Gatekeep Manassas.
Gatekeep Manassas.
Keep them prices down.
Hashtag gatekeep Manassas.
no.
There we go. Yeah, so we're moving. And for that reason, this will be the mid-season finale. We'll be taking a short break to recuperate and figure out what we need to do in the future and get a new setup.
Yeah, very
going.
exciting.
Yeah.
So excited to move.
It was sad taking down the previous podcast setup with all the walls. So that's my biggest regret. Not regret, but it was necessary. But I shot a whole video of how I made that basement, and I haven't touched it. It's just the raw footage sitting on my computer, and I took it down before I could even edit the video. So now I'm gonna edit it and be like this room doesn't exist anymore. But hey, this is our podcast setup.
You're gonna cry while you're
It's a
editing
little
that video.
souvenir.
Could do like a before and after video. Like this is what it was, and now here we are.
Oh,
Once you
yeah.
get the new one set up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on what the new.
Do you think
setup
you'll
is
get
gonna be.
emotional while editing it?
Emotions? What are those?
Oh yeah, I
I
forgot.
only get emotional watching the Oceans trilogy.
Which one?
All three. It's up and down. It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Politically
But not
correct
8?
answer.
Yeah. It goes up in certain movies, then down in certain movies, and then up again.
But not 8? You don't count that in the.
No one counts Ocean's 8.
That's a
there's
non-canon
women.
separate universe.
Wow, I would think you would want it because isn't Rihanna and Anne Hathaway in it?
They are, but Mindy Kaling is also in it. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh wow,
up and
one
down.
ruins it for 2.
Again, yeah, it's like
Damn.
the whole trilogy. It's up and downs.
True.
What are you doing with all your stuff? Are you selling it? plug the
Like
event.
This is not going to come out until after the move. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah, right. I keep thinking we're live in front of a million people.
That's the next step. We got to do live
That's
podcast.
next.
Whoa, that would be
IG
kind of
live.
cool.
Hit it up.
You mean Twitch streamers?
Oh, that's
streamers.
Twitch
Wait,
streamers.
have we hit 100 podcasts already? Maybe the 200th?
No, we're like barely. It's like 44. This will be
Oh,
44.
maybe at 50 we could live stream it.
YouTube live stream? Or
Yeah.
One of them,
Yeah, it
whatever's
should be
popular.
YouTube.
I think YouTube Live usually gets more people on because I have more subscribers on the RTZ channel.
That'd be cool.
But
You could do it on multiple things. You could live stream
Plug.
on multiple. You have my
it
computer.
depends
your
on how
computer.
many systems we have. Yeah,
Plug on Twitch
He
as
has a
well.
computer. He has a computer. Oh my God, 4.
all the
There we go.
computers. Yes.
All the computers.
Good,
Live
good.
streaming.
All right. So, what has been everyone's favorite pod so far of all time that we've done?
Favorite pod of all time?
Mm-hmm. So we've had a lot. We've done.
I know, I gotta think
interviews.
about it.
Yeah, I
We've
think of all
done-
44.
That Kendrick Drake beef one, I don't know if it was my favorite, but it was a really fun one to record. 'Cause we
Yeah.
also had Anmol on here.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was just such a chaotic time in general because that few weeks when all that stuff was happening, it just felt like a little
It
fairy
was a
tale.
little,
you know?
little fever dream.
Fairy
Yeah.
tale.
And it felt like we were just getting together to relive the magic.
I liked our movie review. So like Sinner, we just did that. I like
that
the
was my
reviews.
second one.
Yeah.
The Sinner.
What else? Of course, Linkin Park. That was a personal one for me. That was a good one.
You're a fan?
Oh,
Who would have thought?
I would have thought that.
You should not have button control. Okay, that's fine. You should.
yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
I would, funny enough, I would say those two as well, just because like those were two things that I kind of were topics that were close to my mind or whatever it be at the time. Like we had just saw Sinners, and then like obviously I've been a nut for Linkin Park for more than half my life at this point.
Yeah.
But then like another one to throw in would be I guess one of the interview ones, and I would say like Omar.
Right.
That
Our
was
interview with
pretty good.
Omar Zaki. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That was a really good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a big one because like he's still moving up in the world, and we get to kind of get a front row seat to that and see the before and after because we knew him in high school. So that was very interesting. And I still talk to him. I still see what he does. He comes down to the down. He comes back to the East Coast every now and then. I hit him up, work with him.
And he's in an industry that's it's not like super accessible. We don't know a ton of people in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always interesting to hear from his perspective.
And the stories he has,
Right,
too.
that interview was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, his Spider-Man story was crazy, and then the fact that he's a stunt double for Lil Dicky, and I was like literally just watching that show.
I know.
Right?
At that
And I
time,
learned about
too.
that actually, after he mentioned it on the podcast, insane.
Yeah.
It's like two worlds colliding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When worlds collide.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably my favorite interview.
That was a good interview.
about you, Reba?
I really like the old podcasts ones where it was just kind of like off the pill and like random topics, like especially like the dating app one. That was really funny. I feel like we got a lot of funny reels out of that one too, and a lot of views on those reels. And I don't know, it was
Relationship discourse is always
it's hilarious,
funny.
especially like that specific podcast. We had someone who went through so many relationship discourse that it was just funny to conversate and make fun. It was good. It was a good podcast. Every time I think about it, it makes me laugh. And then whatever podcast it was where I said my butthole is fine, just because people have seen that reel so many times and will bring it up to me, and I'm just like, oh, yay.
yeah. People at my work.
Literally, his boss told me. His boss, he introduced me for the first time. My first time meeting him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know you. I saw that podcast about." And then he started laughing, and I was like, "Oh my god, it was the butthole is fine." He was like, "Yeah," and yeah,
Is that B2D?
yes.
That's funny.
I mean, I loved it because it was a very hilarious moment, and breaks the ice definitely of meeting someone new. But
Another like related to that, we had our like anniversary party at the studio, and my boss was giving around introducing each of the key members of the studio, and when he came to my turn, he introduced me and he plugged like the podcast in to advertise it, right? But the episode he chose to plug in was the Trump one, where I talked about going to the rally and stuff.
Oh,
but he said it where he's like, "Oh, Rahib was at the Trump rally," and everyone was cheering, having a good time. And then it was like you could hear a literal ooh, and I was like, "Hold up! I was just a photographer. I was just a journalist. Okay, I was not on the other side. Calm down.
Just press.
Just press.
Just press.
But yeah, that's hopefully that got some people listening to the podcast, plugging in.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Was that one of the most commented podcasts on like YouTube?
That had
there was another one.
The one was more commented was the Muslim one, the Islam discourse.
The religious one that we did.
That's one.
I was confusing those two.
Yeah.
We had another one that had a lot of comments where you guys were interrupting me a lot. And someone commented you guys were interrupting me a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember that one.
Well,
it's because there was a bunch of other comments about you guys interrupting me. And that got a lot of comments.
We're probably trying to keep it on track.
No. I was trying to tell a story and you guys kept
right. Yeah, we've been through this already.
Just like now. Like, yeah. Like I'm literally in the middle of a story and y'all are talking about another story.
Getting more comments. Farming.
We need another woman.
Somebody interrupt her.
We need another girl.
Actually, yeah, maybe some gender balance would.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We
Rahib,
just,
you're out. We're getting Moon.
Feng Shui.
I don't mind. Someone has got to control the soundboard.
Yeah, me.
No.
See, look, you just accidentally pressed a button. That's embarrassing,
That was an
guys.
accident.
That was on purpose.
I guess you had to add.
I have to buy another one of these soundboards and then plug that in somehow,
Right,
connect
to get
it,
more
or just
mics
have
in.
to the
Yeah,
links.
two audio. Just do that.
Oh yeah, give me $1,600.
You made that money.
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah,
just
yeah.
like
You bought all
overhead,
these the first time.
overhead mic, and we just all speaking to one mic on this.
Yeah, but the audio won't be as good.
Hear me out. You get a person with a drum set in the corner to do all the sounds. That you have on
Live
board.
drummer.
Oh, yeah.
You used to
Full-on
play
late night
drums.
show.
I did.
Yeah,
It could be me.
that could be you.
Oh, you just play drums.
You come
I didn't
in,
know
be
that.
our live sound guy. We can get like Moon to be the other girl.
Yes.
She's an integral part of
I am
RTZ.
so
Yeah,
down.
and then you can chime in every once in a while from the back. And we
You're
can,
like on the talk shows, Jimmy
Echo?
Fallon. You're like the second guy. He's in the back. He's like, yeah, good one. You're
Yeah.
Questlove. You can be
It's not
Questlove.
just drums. I have a bunch of different like random household items that I'm making noises with.
Just
a triangle.
Someone readjusts and I go, or like make little.
Get like
can
a
do that.
zipper
All
for any
noises.
time. Where he puts
Yeah, I
sounds
think
of
that
his
would add a
pants.
whole new dimension to the pod.
that is interesting.
All right, ideas. I like this. Why is she biting my toe?
Who knows what our dog is doing? She's like,
No.
Are you hungry?
she's got a foot fetish.
Oh,
Gets
she really
everyone.
does.
Gets
She
everyone.
takes from her dad.
Hey yo.
Whoa. Things I didn't want to know about my cousin.
There's a lot of things you're gonna learn about your
Don't
cousin
shame.
then.
Hey,
Yeah,
we don't.
where
We listen and we don't judge.
Unless it's family.
Oh my
then you
god, what are we
kinda,
Gen Zs? Coding TikToks.
Somebody interrupt her again.
Oh my god! I'm gonna take your hat, shove it up your ass. So rude.
But I think the love related podcasts tend to just to bring it back to our main topic. They because I think they naturally bring out discourse among us, since we all have different experiences and see different things and whatnot.
Oh yeah. You should tell some of your stories on the pod one day.
I don't
We should just
know.
sit down and talk about like ex relationships and ex situationships and dating and all that stuff. That'd be kind of fun. If
The
without
algorithm
names
does
and stuff, just
favor
like
that kind of
Relationship. I
content.
mean, like the biggest
Yeah.
podcasts are like the Fresh and Fit and stuff, and they always talk about relationship shit.
Yeah.
And
That's like
usually
10
negatively,
people.
and a lot
oh, we can talk about the
misogynistic,
good
but-
and the bad, and we don't have to say names. We could just be like, oh yeah, X number 125, 10.
I feel like the main people who watch this pod will know all the names anyway.
Yeah.
No,
that's
not
true.
necessarily. Well, if it's more recent stuff, I'm
Aside
talking about
from our
like high school exes
Russian
and like college
fan
exes
base.
that nobody
Or
knows.
German.
Right.
German.
Or German
Sorry,
fan
Ruby.
base.
I don't know. I don't think
Nothing.
A lot of,
Don't worry about it, Prithvi. It's all good. I'm fine.
like-
you keep going, man.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
We ain't talking about your whatever.
how
ex.
crazy can your stories be if they're in like high school?
Well, no, I have like a bunch of college exes. It'd be kind of
Crazy
crazy.
a bunch.
Yes, honey, and so do you. Okay, you ain't no
Whoa.
prude. I'm just saying, like I could talk about how like my
a
bestie.
bunch like it's over 10.
Oh no. Like I have like people who like ask me out. Like okay, let me just give you one example. This boy that I worked with at the
Boy.
Working with boys?
This of age boy, because he was definitely not a man. He and I worked at the Mason bookstore together, and I was like, oh, he's a friend. Like, okay, cool. Like, I got along with him, whatever. He was like, oh, like, you want to go get lunch one day? I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm free after work. You're free after work. I didn't think anything of it. My friends come up to me later, and they're like, you know, you're going on a date with him. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I've been on dates. Like, it's not like I've never been on dates, and I've been asked out before. But he did not ask me in an ask out kind of vibe or way. So I was like, yeah, I'll go get lunch with you, because we've gotten lunch together before after work, because we worked together and it wasn't weird or relationshipy or anything. And so I went up to him and I was like, are we going on a date? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I can't do that. So we didn't get lunch. It was awkward. And he quit his job, didn't talk to me after that. And then ended up dating and marrying one of my sorority sisters like years later. So
What a pipeline.
yeah.
Whoa.
So see, these are interesting stories. We
Dude,
can totally do a pod.
That's quite the
Made
change
that.
in trajectory.
And he had a
Unemployed.
motorcycle, and I almost rode a motorcycle for the first time, but I didn't because I got scared.
Boo.
Oh.
Could have lived.
I thought it was going to be because you said no on the day.
No. No. I could not.
That reminds me of this recent Twitter discourse I saw about it's like when your male friend suddenly starts showing interest in you after a long time, or say the lines like, oh, they're talking about who do you like, and he says, oh, you know her very well, aka he's like hinting at it's you.
Yeah.
And it's like a gif or a meme of being disgusted or being frustrated or stuff. All the girls are like, yeah, I hate that feeling. It ruins the friendship all the time. I thought it was very interesting because clearly it's not working out. It's not consensual, right? The feelings, they're not reciprocated. So the guy's also going to feel dejected. But apparently there's this thing about like where it's a cultural phenomenon where a male and female friendship, and the male finally show interest after a long time, and then the female just like hates it. Like, oh God.
Well, yeah,
this is
because
the
after a
worst.
while, girls tend to like instantly and then become friends, whereas guys, if it's like that situation where the guys take a while, then the girls like already been around the dude for so long. It's like they're
That's so
over it.
interesting because I feel like that's, to me, that the guy's way is the normal way. You become friends first, and then you develop feelings.
But I think
That
it's
seems like-
person by person.
Yeah, but I'm saying in general, like
Oh.
that seems to be a women think this way, men think this way. It seems to detecting that kind of stereotype.
I do think men are more likely to, women are more likely to pursue a platonic friendship with someone of the opposite sex and leave it at that. I feel like men,
Once they
there's
catch.
always like if they're single, there's some underlying thing. I don't believe that's always the case, but I think it's more often than it is with women. And I think that's kind of what you're...
Yeah, that's kind of hinting at like men don't really have platonic relationships with the opposite sex. It's always
But see, that's
they're always
not true
interested in
either.
something more.
Yeah.
So it's like, Zoe 101 kind of thing. Guys and girls can never be friends. There's always a romantic underlying feeling.
But what do you guys, as men, how do you feel about that? Because like, I don't know. Like, yeah,
I
what's
think
your
in a
take on
broad
that?
sense, it's probably true. Like on a case-by-case basis, like I'm sure all of us have examples of platonic friendships we've had
Yeah.
Yeah.
with people that we're not interested in romantically.
Yeah.
But broadly, that makes...
You always hear like there's
sense.
some guy who falls for every girl who just, if they're living and breathing, that's their
Yeah.
type.
and
So
There's
like,
girls like that too.
yeah, I'm
And
sure.
it's, oof.
I always hear more about the guys, but
I hear a
have
lot of
more
the girls'
guy
side.
friends. So.
There's also the situation where at the very beginning, the guy already likes the girl, but the girl has established like some sort of a friend zone situation, but the guy will, still be friend-like, but then expect more just because the friendship keeps going and going,
the
which
nice
I think,
guy.
Yeah,
Huh?
the nice guy.
That's the nice
Yeah.
guy
Nice
thing.
guy.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's
You
like,
see that a lot. Yeah, there's
but
like
the thing is, like, sometimes the nice guy gets mad about it, but like the girl has established that they're not interested. Why would you get mad?
I haven't seen the one where like the girl has clearly established the boundary or something.
I think
Or-
it's established if the girl is talking to the guy about her dates.
That's just the guy being a nice friend, a good friend.
But
And
that's the thing.
because the guy
But that's
believes
not
that the
fair.
friendship is the way into the heart.
But that's not fair because the girl is clearly talking about these dates.
That's not clear, right?
It's not clear,
right?
Is what you're saying?
That's clear. It's saying, hey, I'm not interested in you. Versus, oh, let me just go roundabout and say, hey, I'm going on dates. Maybe that'll give you the hint that I'm not interested in you.
But I've seen people who say I'm not interested, and then they're still gung ho and trying to get them interested.
Well, that's the guy's fault.
Through friendship.
That's the crazy guy who just can't take the hint and stuff.
Okay,
I mean, I
you
feel
heard
like
it here, guys.
a lot of the examples here are like the emotionally immature or not.
Yeah, this
there
seems to
yet
be
type of
kind
you know
of
what I
like
mean?
prevalent in maybe a younger.
Like
Yeah.
a younger, because I feel like I think guys are pretty. Once you're at that age or you're mature enough, you kind of know like this is just a platonic friendship. You're not like
You would think so.
you're not maybe in like high school when you're like that young and you've never had that experience or you don't have a lot of experience.
Yeah,
You might be seeking friendships in hopes that it
But
might turn into something.
I've seen it in adulthood. That's why I bring
Well,
it
they
up.
say like
Yeah,
what
it's-
is men are much less emotionally mature than women. So it's like they're like 8 years.
Now you
less.
believe me?
I'm saying they say, and they as in you.
No,
not
it's not me.
saying.
There's scientific proof that our brain chemistry, the men's emotional, like whatever part of the brain that develops those emotional intelligence is slower in development than women. They say
So then, so like it goes with why men at the same age are not
Are
reciprocating
Yeah.
or not
Seeing-
getting these
picking
hints.
up those
And-
signs.
Yeah.
And it also makes sense because like women go through puberty first, and then men do later. Like it's just also scientifically proven that we go through puberty first. So our brains developing emotionally faster than men also makes sense.
So what Areeba is saying is women date old men. That is the
Older
key.
men, not old,
Old men.
men,
Old
but
men.
older men.
You're okay. Get that sugar
But it's also
daddy.
because
Get
older
that
men
investment.
have gone. I feel like women, because girls go through all those emotional stuff from such a younger age than men do or boys do, that they experience different emotional situations than guys get to experience. So by the time an older man, maybe like in their 40s, has already experienced all these emotional heartaches, which women might have already experienced by 20. So like a 20-year-old and a 40-year-old together kind of almost makes sense emotionally. I'm not saying like,
Well, that's when
experience.
you ask why a younger woman is dating an older man. That's
Yeah.
a lot of that, right?
We've kind of interestingly backed into a age gap conversation. That's
Yeah,
like a pretty
that's true.
good.
Back at it. I
Well,
think we talked about this.
Fairly
I like-
big age gap,
What-
but I see what you're saying.
Well, I'm not saying like a 20 and
20
a 40. but
20 year
like,
difference is a big one, but yeah.
but, okay,
No, I
so like
think-
for instance, like one teacher is like she's 30 years old, married to a 41-year-old.
Is that what you said?
That's
So, like,
11
back
years.
into
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
But I was saying it more like she started dating him when he was in his mid 30s and she was like
and we don't.
early 20s. I mean late 20s, something like that. But like it's interesting cuz like he already has 2 kids and like one of them is 15, the other one is going to like college or no, the other one is going to college. But like she's closer in age to her cuz she's like 21 and she's 30. So they're 9 years apart, but like the husband is 41 and she's 30. They're 11 years apart. So it's like, it's interesting to see, but like they worked out. They've been dating for years and then they finally just recently got married.
What do you guys think about that? The common line when people talk about age gap relationships, like, oh, what do they have in common when they're saying there's a 5-year gap, 10-year gap, 11-year gap, whatever gap it is? I always find that interesting because that's a very specific type of question, right? It depends on the two individuals there. The 20-year-old and the 40-year-old may have a lot more in common than you think versus the 25 and 26-year-old who live completely different lives.
That's very true. Yeah.
It's probably like values, right? Because like, regardless of age
And
gap
hobbies.
and like generations and like activities at the time, right? Like, it feels weird to like try to interact with somebody who didn't grow up in the age of Pokemon or something like that. But like, values don't change. You know what I mean? Like overall,
After like once you get to a certain point of adulthood, yeah.
yeah. Like, what your opinion is on trust and this and that. Like, those values, regardless of what age, generation you are, usually doesn't change.
Yes, yeah.
Cultural might play into that, but like,
Yeah. But like
Overall
loyalty,
values
yeah.
kinda
Like
last,
you would
yeah.
expect if you're 40 or 20, you'd expect your partner to be loyal.
right.
You know, you'd expect for them to be honest with you regardless of the age. So yeah, no, that makes sense.
I mean, like, yeah, and then what the roles are in a relationship, like, stuff like that.
Like if a woman were to date or marry an older man, that man would have to have that open mindset of, okay, well, you're not gonna just be a housewife unless that's what she wants. Like, you know, that forced like I'm a man and you're the woman. You know, that's that fear of older men being like that is there, but there are a lot of older men who are more open-minded than the younger men now.
Open-minded.
To the point of concepts of trust and those values, I think what Tuhin was trying to say is that as long as those things are shared between two people,
Right.
you can have a meaningful
You can have-
relationship.
yeah.
And that's what
With a large age gap.
So I guess the question is
with
how
a large age gap, if that exists.
Yeah.
Right.
So
They might have a
how
lot in
frequent do you
common.
think that kind of similarity can exist in these large age gap relationships?
How frequently?
Yeah.
I think
Well, like, what do
it's-
you think is a statistic on that?
I think that
we just
um,
shooting?
we just
whatever-
shoot. Yeah. What do you think?
the
None of us are experts in
what's
this, just
the
to
word for it?
verify.
I guess the percentage of how much they have in common is increasing, I think, over these past few years with like technology and TikTok and everything. Older people are on TikTok, younger people are on TikTok. Like it's bringing that age groups closer. And I feel like being able to relate to an older man or woman is getting easier because of technology. I'm not saying like a 60-year-old with a 20-year-old, but you know, like even the 30
So
and
Bill
40-year-old,
Belichick?
like that 10-year gap, that 10-year gap kind of is like whatever.
Yeah, I think another important thing is you only see this, or you typically see this with the man being older
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
It's not
them having a
as
very
common
young
for the other
girlfriend,
vice
right?
versa.
Right. So,
Usually if it's the opposite, the guy has to be like an old soul.
right. And in
Hugh Jackman.
these celebrity examples that we
Oh, yeah, his
see
levels older.
most of the time,
Yeah.
I feel like there's also a weird power dynamic of it's a rich man
Yeah.
playing like the sugar daddy role a little bit, or that's how
I think that's a lot
That's
of
what
these
stereotypes
relationships are.
online.
putting
Yeah.
on
Sometimes.
top, like our own layer on top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the one I was talking about, it's not a sugar daddy situation.
There's a lot of people, men and women included, look for stability and support in a relationship, and that often comes with financial security and stability.
Especially in this economy.
An older person would have that. Hopefully, you'd expect them. So yeah, that's what they're attracted to, and it's not wrong.
And I think sometimes both of the partners in relationships like that understand exactly what each is providing and what each is receiving,
Yeah.
Right.
like for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And in those cases, I'm like, you know what? It works for you guys. Like, sure.
Have you guys seen the movie Materialist? It's a
No,
recent
I want
one.
to.
No, I've heard many.
I've heard
whispers.
many.
Wait, what?
It's not.
That's
good.
the
it's not
Pedro
good?
Pascal movie, right?
What is
Yeah.
up with all of these Dakota? What's her name?
Well, it's Dakota Johnson. So
Johnson.
first of all, she can't act. But
No, I was gonna say all of her movies are flops.
because she can't act.
But
Is
she
it
was
really
in
because of that?
Is it?
Great-
Because there's
Yeah, she's Shades of Grey, 50 Shades.
Shades.
That was her
Yeah, she-
debut.
That was
Obviously,
like
look,
the
look.
peak of her career, unfortunately, is what
Right.
I've heard.
yeah,
Criticism in that was also she
yeah, it was
didn't act well.
yeah,
She can't act.
She can't.
yeah.
She's also a nepo baby. She's.
Oh.
Did she have a movie
Who?
where people were
I
like,
forgot
"Oh,
her.
she killed it"?
No.
I think maybe find some very particular. Maybe you guys.
No, I don't
probably
think
know,
so.
But,
Nothing that was like big enough where like it's mainstream. you
but
know,
yeah,
everyone
she's
would
very
know.
not a household name. She's there because probably people know her from 50 Shades.
Pedro
Yeah.
Pascal and
She's the 50 Shades girl.
Chris Evans is in
Chris
there.
Evans.
Yeah.
Just
See, I
But,
want to watch
that
it
movie
because
is
those
like
two.
Pedro Pascal is the rich, stable relationship, very mature for Dakota Johnson's character. But Chris Evans, the ex, who's literally broke, but he's good looking and fun, and she
Yeah.
has to choose between them.
Mm.
And you can probably expect how the movie goes. She picks the broke fun boy, and everyone's
Wow,
like,
spoilers! I haven't seen it yet.
"You're not gonna watch it."
NBA broke fun boy.
I might have watched it, and now it's spoiled.
Maybe I don't know. That's where I'm getting.
There was
But
some-
everyone's
wait, you
watching
don't
the
actually
movie
know
and
the
is
ending?
Like, why did she pick
Just
him?
making it up.
He's the broke
What are you, a
boy
writer now?
over
What
Pedro.
do you think you are?
What are you talking about?
You make up the ending? Do you actually know how it ends?
Oh, I don't know. Spoil it to you now.
Just put a disclaimer in the editing.
Spoilers for the materialists.
Yeah,
That
'cause
just
people.
happened.
We're thinking. We're thinking. We don't know.
Yeah, you don't actually
Predictions.
know. Oh my god, I should believe you. He says things. Can we actually talk about something really quick?
Sure.
I work at a school with predominantly white females, okay? And teachers of this demographic love to craft. Crafting in America is used by a certain machine. Could you guys please tell me the name of this certain machine? It starts with a C.
We've already had this conversation.
I know, but we're
Yeah.
going to have it one more time. What is it called?
I guess the bits
Crafting?
Yeah, for crafting purposes, maybe
Like-
it'll like cut out some vinyl and then you can iron it on stuff. Or, you know, what is that machine called?
Don't start with them now.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll tell you right now. It's called a Cricut. Okay, but it's spelled like cry cut. Now
But look,
wait.
Cry cut?
pronounce that on the top. How would you pronounce that?
I thought that said circuit.
Circuit with a K.
I would have said probably circuit.
Circuit cut or something. Circuit.
Yeah, but it's not. It's CRICUT.
Let me-
Like in the same pronunciation, like correct. I don't know.
I see.
Okay,
what
so-
I see where you're
So
going.
the reason behind this is it's called cricket. Now he doesn't know this. I hear it all the time. It's a cricket. The advertisements say it's a cricket. He comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, let's get a cry cut," and I'm like, "What the fuck is a cry cut?" He's showing me. And I'm like, "That's a cricket." He said it so convincingly, not trying to like gaslight me or anything. He was like, "No, it's definitely a cry cut.
Makes
Look
sense.
how it's
a cutting
spelled."
machine, so you cry cut.
Was there a space in between?
No.
three?
And so, but he convinced me, even though I have the knowledge, even though I literally have
Because you know
coworkers
deep
who have
down,
it.
it's not right. Cricket makes no sense.
Anyways, I've been hearing it this whole time like that. And so I was like, oh my God, maybe it is wrong. I had to go double check with every single one of my coworkers, and it's called a
Oh,
cricket.
he made you look dumb in the workplace.
He made me look dumb in my own head. He convinced my own head that I gaslit myself into thinking it was a cricket. Like I heard it wrong this whole time, even though the advertisements literally say
You gotta
cricket.
believe in yourself.
I know, but it's just so
Here's some
funny.
real crickets
But,
for
like,
you,
who
okay?
else
That's a
don't
real
believe in
cricket.
What
Not
what
the damn
is
machine.
the name? Like, what is the
The
importance of the name? I guess cricket. In
They
this?
just named it a cricket, and the crickets.
That's what I'm
It's
saying. It's a
something-
cutting
Well,
machine, so
yes.
cry
What
cut makes sense.
What
Right,
does the CRI
there-
mean?
Yeah. That's not
Okay,
right.
I
It's
don't.
something cut.
I don't
It
know,
could be crisp cut.
but their logo is like it's like it has antennas like a cricket.
I don't see the logo anymore. That's the thing. I think
Maybe they got rid of
removed
their
the
logo or something, but
because they realized people are calling it a cricket.
Well, yeah. What is the?
because it's called cricket, because in their advertisements that they post themselves that has audio, they say cricket. I don't know why.
Or
I never
say
looked up
cricket.
why.
Really fast.
Like,
It could be cricket, but
Cricket.
it's not cry cut. Because who cries?
Well, how did this come up? What was the?
I don't know.
I
Why are you making so much noise, doggos?
I don't know why I brought this up. I
you-
think
you-
we're talking
I
about
thought you
something-
were talking about something that he did, and then this turned
This
into
thing
cricket.
relevant, but no.
Well, anyways,
Yeah, where were we?
we were just
talking
honestly
about
Age
talking
gap
about.
relationships.
gap.
Men.
Well, we're talking
Materialists.
technically talking about
about
what would be great for the
materialists.
podcast because
Speaking of movies,
see when
and
we're off the pill, it's so much better. Oh,
What? You
amazing.
said that before. What is
Yeah,
that? mean, off the
what
pill?
is off the
okay.
pill?
Have
That's
you guys,
his
wait,
reference
wait,
to-
no, I want to say it. I want to say it.
Alright.
Okay, so you guys remember?
not anymore. I'm
She
interrupting.
baited us.
Fuck you! Do you guys remember Nikki Higa from YouTube?
Yes.
Brian Higa?
Yeah.
He had a a series called Off the Pill, where because he has ADHD, so when he would not take his pill, he would just kind of rant. But no, it would be so funny. And so now
And then
in
you
my
converted
head,
that to a podcast later.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of the pill I'm thinking?
Yeah, I was.
The birth control pill.
I was like, oh, maybe he's talking about the dating episodes. We must have talked about the pill for a
no,
little bit.
no, I was basing it off
I
of
was
the
like,
fact that
off
it was
the pill, like
oh,
is something being made here?
So all of his
I was like,
rants,
yeah.
all of his rants were just random.
I'm
birth-
pregnant.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, all of his rants
Okay.
were random. So when we talk about random stuff, I call it off the pill. It's just something I just can't. It's my millennial in me, you know.
Oh,
do
you're
off
Gen
the
Z.
pill.
I'm a millennial.
Oh,
we could
okay,
do off
I
the pill,
TikTok
but-
and Ryan Higa.
Instead of pill, we're off the juice and we just have 4 bottles of soju or something.
Soju.
But we don't
Or
drink
even
here.
it's 2. Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, we don't drink.
Mango juice.
I
It's
meant-
mango
Oh,
mango juice.
juice.
We should do mango juice though.
Yeah, I'll never say no
Okay,
to
cool.
mango juice, but
I mean, that's kind of, I guess, makes sense. Because, like, when people ask me what our podcast is about, I kind of tell them, like, oh, it sounds like 4 people on ADHD just kind of like talking. But, like, we're trying to
Yeah.
be a little bit more streamlined, is what I keep saying. Like, we're working to get there.
my biggest issue is that
Same.
people ask me the same question and I could never give them an answer.
That's
so
why
I'm trying
we
to say like,
should
oh,
be.
we're South Asian
Our-
creatives talking about our life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our goal at the end of last year was to like figure out how to answer that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we?
Have we got
Have we
that?
answered
Well,
the
maybe
question?
Year.
6 months in, have we worked on that?
Mid-season,
Well, we did.
not
What
there
was
yet.
the 3 arts, culture, visuals?
Visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
And I feel like
culture is a
we-
lot of the stuff, the random stuff we talk about. Materialistic
Yeah.
is
We've talked
part
about
of film culture.
Yeah.
Religion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see,
feel
what
like,
was the
I feel
first?
like the topics that we've chosen have fit into that. pretty
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So visuals, we could talk about how like how we look that day. You know, like Rahib's wearing
How
a
we
black
look.
shirt right now with a poop on it.
Yeah.
You're not a poop stain. Yeah, I got you, didn't I?
The back says
I think
pee
what
poo
Tuhin's
poo.
saying is like in the actual episode, sometimes was when we like stray from the
Yeah. Which is
So,
fine.
I mean,
which
yeah.
is fine. I
Let's
mean,
look
that
at
is
let's
part
look
of
back
the-
at what we talked about since January. First episode was the Trump rally election inauguration.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Cultural.
obviously cultural, and also
Yep.
I photographed it, so
Yep.
that was
That's
related to the
arts.
job, the arts.
Yeah.
Second
nice.
episode, Valentine's Day overrated. We talked about, I guess, the culture of love and modern day romance and stuff. Third episode was interviewing Nina of Zind Academy. So interview
That's arts
with,
and visual.
It's like all of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think anything with an interview should be visual because you're seeing like a creative.
When I say visuals, I meant like when we make the music videos, the dance
Like-
videos, when we're filming something.
The
That's
visuals
the
are
visuals.
producing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's
we
what-
should talk about strategy one day.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. Last
was
year we
the
talked a
recent
lot
one.
about the videos we made and past
Yeah.
RTZ projects and stuff. It kind of got hard to talk about them for an hour.
True. Yeah.
We did get really in depth in the process. So some of these like the Halloween video we did back years ago and like a whole short story
yeah.
film. We talked about that pretty
That's a good visual one.
extensively. But if we remember the notes we wrote down and how we come up with, we can talk about it for a long time. And that's the goal, we make bigger projects and stuff. What else? We did religious debate. That was more of a cultural thing, a big one. Then Sinners Review.
I wouldn't even say that one was a debate. It was like just
was just more
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
our
We all agree on
experiences.
most
Yeah.
of the stuff. Yeah.
We need to argue more.
No, we really don't because we don't need to. We
is
don't
a
need to
bitch.
have toxic. We don't gotta be toxic to have a good podcast like those argumentative ones.
Well, if we're going in with the mindset of like you guys defend a position and we defend a position, that wouldn't be toxic. That
It
would
was
No,
debating.
yeah. No, I mean,
We've
like,
been on a
we-
debate
we-
team too. Yeah.
I don't know. We do like
You're on a debate
debate
team?
things. I was in high school. Yeah, I really liked it. I was good at it actually.
What kind
I
of
got
topics did you
A's.
dare
I was. Excuse you. You didn't know me in high school. How
You also
dare
said
you?
you're on a swim team, but you can't swim.
Okay, first of
so-
all, I can.
False.
Screw
You
you.
didn't know me in high school.
Yeah, and also screw you. I can swim better than you. I can swim laps around you. Well, maybe back then. I'm a little fat now, so it's a little different. Unfit now. That's a better word. And then I was on the debate team. I got lots of medals because I was actually really good at it. Like, actually really good at it.
You just talk
Screw
over these,
you.
interrupt people all the time.
Honestly, that's not how debating
probably how
works.
you did it.
No, real debating, you don't interrupt. You actually take turns. You just have to make sure you have the facts there.
Facts.
Yeah,
We don't like the
it's
facts
true
under
debating
this
is not interrupting. So honestly,
presidency.
like if we don't interrupt and aren't like gunning for certain situations, issues, and whatever, then I think it would be kind of nice to have a debate.
I mean, that's what
Statement.
all these pods are, right? They're really
No, but
debating.
like a forced one, like where like
Forced
you like for example, like you
We have
take
two
the debate on
positions
like a position of
and a
like should
thesis.
schools, because some schools now are banning the use of they're like locking kids' phones into like pouches and stuff, and they can't use it. You could take one stance, we could take another stance, and we could like argue back and forth on
Yeah. This is how you get like the debate perverts in the
the debate perverts.
like
Actually.
yeah, all the Ben Shapiro stands.
They all like speak super fast to make it, or type really, whatever.
Just say a bunch of wrong shit, but you say it so confidently that it's.
I know.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you say things confidently enough, people will believe it, right? And so how you
Yes,
say it,
cry
and exactly
cut,
what you say.
cricket.
I still believe it's cry cut.
Yeah, I
It
believe
makes
you're
sense. What the fuck is a cricket?
You can't change the name of a company. What is this? RTP production?
No, this is the Gulf of America.
Actually, it's RTV.
Ayo.
It's the RTV production. If you look it up, it's the first thing that pops up.
See, you didn't sound confident enough, so I didn't believe you.
That's just my tone. I can't help it. That's just how I talk. Damn.
I think the first thing that pops up on YouTube is RTZ production, something else. Like it's a different channel.
No, it's RTV Productions. That's what
It's
pops
like
up
a
first.
League of Legends streamer.
I know because I've accidentally always clicked on that.
Oh.
They've gotten so
Yeah.
many free.
Yeah. Free
Wait, I was
clicks.
gonna say before, like Rahib started talking about arts and stuff, whatever. I was talking about the visuals of right now's today's podcast, and I just wanted to point out that most of our podcasts, Prithvi's always like matching somehow. Like he's always set, Like today, you have like your green hat matches your green jacket thing, and
It's very
like
dapper.
dapper.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm always like, what if? My thought process is, what if in 1,000 years, in a nuclear winter, they go back to the footage and they see us all like
Damn.
we're all long gone. I want them to know I had.
That's fair because I look crusty for every single podcast because I'm just like I'm
That's
at
your
home.
fault.
No, I know that. I'm not saying like I'm upset about it. I'm just saying like, damn, I never even thought about that because I'm like I'm just casually sitting here podcasts people listen to.
I always think,
look
what do the
crusty as
Germans
shit.
think? I need to know. I need to impress them.
Well, the Germans listen to us. You say that the
That is on
podcast thing.
Spotify.
Yeah,
I
that's
can only
different.
assume they'll watch as well.
Can we
Stop.
stop them? From
But it's also, I went to work today and I had
Was this your
hair.
work outfit?
Yeah, this is just my work shirt, and my hair was weird, so I put a hat on.
Oh, it's not a jacket. From here, it looked like a jacket.
It's just a,
It's
It's
a shirt.
Yeah, I see that now.
what's a good the green on greens matching that. It's a good like tone of green
All right,
too.
keep it in your pants, Tuhin. Keep it in your pants.
No,
Can't
no,
a man
keep
love
keep
another
going,
man?
Keep going.
Oh my God,
Run
you
it.
can't take it out of his pants. Oh no.
We sit and we don't judge.
We
praise.
listen and we don't judge.
Oh,
And we also
Clearly I
order
didn't.
pizza.
Yeah.
Where is it?
the pizza.
Yeah.
So that all of this reminds me of one of those Instagram reels I saw today, which is like, you know that there's those people that like with a bunch of like anime clips, they like have like some philosophical talk happening with clips that are going on. So like the one that I saw today or last night was people who did not receive love from people like close to them, like their parents and whatnot. If they didn't receive love properly as a child, when they get older, like every small gesture just seems like love to them. Like this is like, you know, I'm not sure if this is actually psychologically true or not, because like I feel like it could go both ways. Like maybe you're someone who didn't receive love from your parents when you're younger, so like every nice thing that someone does for you, you
Confuses
assume
you.
it's love. Or it could go the other way, where it's like you've never received proper love, and then if anyone's actually trying to show affection, you just don't like you don't
understand.
pick
You
up
don't know
on
how to
it.
react
Yeah,
to
so
it.
I'm not sure which one psychologically happens more, but like
I
Well,
thought you were gonna say, I don't know which one you are. The former.
well, no,
like-
everyone. I think every person also does have some sort of a situation where they didn't feel a certain sort of love or support from their parent. Like for example, like I can speak on my end. Like my mom loved me very much on a lot of different things, but like I never felt that support and love when it came to like academics. So now when I'm like I'm taking an academic course right now, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm learning so much. I feel so smart, but like I didn't get that support before, and now people are telling me like, "Oh, you're so smart. You're like you got this. You blah blah blah." And I'm like, I don't know how to react. Am I smart? Like, am I getting this? You know. So
that's more like
it depends on like
the latter, I guess, example.
oh
because you
yes.
didn't receive it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're
So
like,
I'm
you don't
confused
know
on how to
receive
like
it. Yeah.
even react or whatever.
Right, because like I was thinking about like our previous topic about like how guys, you know, they'll become friends and then try to like ease their way into like a relationship kind of thing. Like they've never, so like maybe it's because like this girl was nice to them, and because
Yeah.
they never received as a child
To them.
they think it's romantic
Yeah.
versus just platonically like a nice thing.
Men are also typically
fair, yeah.
discouraged from expressing themselves emotionally, right? And
Absolutely,
I feel
yeah.
like anyone other than someone's parents saying "I love you" to a man is kind of rare. I think women are much more liberal with the use of verbal affection.
Yeah.
Right.
So if it is given to a man by a woman, even platonically, it is conflated, like what you're saying.
Yeah, but it also depends on the upbringing of the boy or the girl, and it also depends on like if they have siblings. Like my brother grew up with 2 women, so he's more prone to like taking affection in more.
Yeah.
Versus other guys. Like Rahib grew up with four other dudes around him and 1 female figure. So like his behavior is a little bit different than my brother's when it comes to affection.
Could be that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which happy birthday to your brother.
Oh yeah, it's his birthday today. It's his birthday and Miggy's birthday and Kavia's birthday. 3 people that we know. Isn't that crazy?
Gemini season. They're all Gemini,
Gemini
right? It's
season.
Gemini.
No, they're cancers.
Cancers.
Yeah, because his birthday's. I'm a Cancer too, and it's like in the same. It's a week apart.
Astrological sign.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Just
that
like-
brings back to our horoscope episode. That was a really funny.
That
one.
was the also the dating one, dating app
I was
one.
dating and
That was-
Yes,
horoscope.
that was the funny one because it was so funny.
It was a funny one because
It
it was
was
so funny. Very good. Read a novel.
This is why you get interrupted.
Debate Lord Areeba.
Listen, it was because like we were making fun of like people who do date people based off of horoscopes and stuff. Like, oh, you're a Cancer, I can't date you because I'm an Aries. Like, oh, you know, like it's hilarious.
I had someone recently, they asked me what my horoscope was, and I said Scorpio, and then
They left the building immediately.
No, then she's
blocked you.
And then she's like, oh, based on your behaviors, this makes sense, blah, blah, blah. And she kind of like kept going with it. And I'm like, oh, I did not expect this. I did not see this coming. Because I think she started with like, I don't believe in this stuff. Or I forgot what she said exactly. Then she asked me, I was like, yeah, I just know I'm a Scorpio. And then
She's a skeptic.
And then it turned into like analysis. Like all the Scorpios I know are like this, they do that. And I'm just like, I guess I'm like all these Scorpios. I don't know.
I feel like horoscope girls are just like, they just really want to be anthropologists. They really like understanding us humans,
How the world
culture,
works.
and how personality
That's
works.
a fair way to describe
And so they're
it.
just like, just early on anthropologists, and it was like, so
But
they
in a
use this
magical
as
way.
as a leading point. Like, okay, why are you behaving like this? Why does that apply to a whole group of people just because of their birth or whatever? Or are we creating this facade or this mold and we're fitting into it?
But you know what's interesting? It's sometimes we do fit into it. A lot of the Cancer stuff that I read or the Aries things totally matches with you or me.
But is that not confirmation bias though?
That's the
I
thing.
don't know. Yeah,
I
I
think it
can't
is a
tell
little bit.
sometimes.
I did recently like develop a little bit of a theory about astrology and horoscopes in general, which is that aside from the individual personality traits that people ascribe to certain signs, things such as your Saturn going and returning, right? Things that happen on a set time frame of in 7 years this will happen, or in when you turn 21, this planet moves to this thing and this will happen in your life. What I think happened, and again, speculation, is way back like thousands, whenever people first started thinking about these things, they started noticing probably just patterns in human development. Like your Saturn returning typically happens around the age of 30. And they say what happens when your Saturn returns is that you experience some sort of like shift in your mindset.
Yes.
Maybe people just after 30 years of living,
This
that's
just-
typically when people start to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah,
like things
maturity
like
and things like that.
Ariana
Like, I
Grande
think-
has a song about that. Yes.
that. No,
No.
I
No,
will
no,
not
no.
give her credit. For
No,
that.
no. I'm not saying she made
And
it up. I'm
somehow
saying
Ariana
she has
Grande
a
has been
song.
introduced.
She has a song that is about Saturn. No, it's exactly that. But anyways, keep going. I don't
Did she
believe
delve
it.
thousands of years in the past and
No,
think
no, no,
about
no,
the
no,
patterns
no.
that people were seeing?
No. I'm saying like
like-
No,
it's related to what you're saying. People do
I got
say
you.
Saturn returning and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I believe her, but I'm saying she has a song. And
You're talking
I'm
about
now,
Saturn return specifically.
Yes, yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, now it's connecting.
But I'm saying like people probably noticed patterns of like, this seems to be happening a lot. What if we started to track this with where Saturn is in the sky and call it this? So we can say, oh, it's about to do this again. We can predict this change or behavioral shift will happen in this person again.
Wow.
So it was like a way to track time and human development from a young age to an old age.
But I guess it's different for person to person, obviously, because not everyone is of the same
Yeah, and
age.
I
or-
think-
Yeah.
I haven't thought really about like the personal of like, oh, you're a Cancer, you must be this, you must be a
Right.
Gemini.
Yeah.
That
That's
I
a
think
cool
is probably
theory.
something that developed
Is
along the way,
someone
but I feel
Saturn's
like-
going and someone Saturn's coming? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it, which way are we looking at?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
That's a
I
cool
think that's
theory.
more of, like,
It makes sense.
visual.
And
Yeah, I think
But the thought I was having about you talking about like how people use the stars and the planets to like tell, I guess, the experiences of life kind of comes back to like, I guess, mythology in general, like to explain how things are, why things are the way they are. People in the ancient times used mythology, whatever that be, Greek, Roman, even in, I guess, like Hindu or even pre-Hindu, like Sumerian, all the older, right? We used something to explain why things are the way they are. That was one thought that I had. The other thought, which I'm blanking on right now, oh man,
I'll interject with the thought as well. It's also humans need to just understand everything around them. Like you can't just be unknown. You can't just be in the moment or be just be. You have to know like why are we developing like this at 30, or why does the sun shine like this in July, and why not in Australia, like or in the bottom part. And I mean it's good because we have so much
Yeah, it's the basis of
information and
science.
knowledge. Yeah, that's the whole point of science and everything. But it's also there's just so much labeling to the point where like now we have like Team Edward and Team Jacob. You can't just enjoy the movie anymore, like or like even for materialistics. I'm sure there's people who are like, oh, Pedro or no, Chris. You know, like you can't just enjoy anything.
Was sentience a curse?
What?
Well, don't tell AI that.
Like being
Knowledge is
like
a
what you're
burden.
saying of being aware.
Oh.
Like, was it?
No, like, we're
people
hyper
too,
aware.
Yeah, are people
Yeah.
too aware? Like, if we were still apes but we were happy, would we have been?
That's
been
like
better?
too ignorant, though. You know.
Sure.
Well, I
But
feel
Yeah,
like
I mean, like,
they're
a good
happy.
middle
They're
ground.
happy. That's the thing.
But
How
like
would we know,
ignorance is
right?
bliss. Yeah, they're happy.
If
but
our
they're,
neurons are firing the same way as apes who are finding something to eat that night as they are for us achieving the what is the acceptance of your parents.
The same joys
It
we're
was the
watching a
same-
Monet
yeah,
or
it was
like.
the same kind of neural stimulation.
would be happier.
What's the difference, really?
What's the
The same
difference?
physical response. So
Well, I feel like
I'll just say I don't agree with that. I do think there is value to us having sentience, and
Oh, yeah.
sentience is definitely important.
you know. But I'm still like, yeah,
I feel like with humans though, like our need to understand also fits into like we tend to, as humans, to organize data or information, we categorize, right? We try to compartmentalize and make sense of things. And I think sometimes as humans, we forget that our brains organizing information and how the actual real world is full of nuance are not one and the same. So a lot of people tend to say the generalization in their head is how the world is versus like the world is very nuanced and this is just how I'm taking in that information.
That's how the U.S. government's being run right now. Yeah.
I mean, that goes into prejudice, stereotypes, and stuff like that, right? We to organize maybe a certain experience, we apply that to everything, in whether that's people or a
yeah,
group or whatever
like
it be.
going back, like we like patterns. Humans like patterns because it helps us understand. Because we're a large population, right? So we need some way to understand ourselves, and so that's really the progenitor of like stereotypes and things like that. Because that's we see some pattern, we're like, oh yeah, maybe
Right.
these people do certain things like that, and then if it becomes negative, and then that spreads, and that starts.
Which I mean, the
deeper
pattern thing
things.
comes back to what you're saying about astrology with the patterns or recognizing patterns.
yeah. I think recognizing patterns, like our genetic need to do that, is the same as before we could recognize patterns. It's like avoiding a predator. It was our survival instinct, right?
Right.
And I think now that has been replaced with, I think the predator is the unknown. And when we
Right.
don't know things, you feel a like
An anxious-
underlying anxious and like under the surface feeling, right?
It's. Oh, sorry.
No, yeah,
That
I
you were
think-
done.
That was
Okay.
it. I think that's like what that feeling is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of the unknown, it's also when you're so set in like, let's say 2 genders, like introducing another one or introducing like a mix of it. It's like, wait a minute, but we already have like our, you know, sections in our
Compartments.
compartments in our brains of
Compartmentalization.
what should be what and where should everything go and who should be dressed how and so like when you change it up, it's maybe not the unknown anymore, like because that's different, right? But like it's more introducing of new things that changes up the mindset. That's like also a fear of people, the change.
That also, like, that example goes against you know, in what the argument is it goes against teachings of, like, religion, and that
Which is
comes back to, like,
different.
storytelling, which comes
Yeah.
back to, like, what you were saying. So, like,
Patterns.
Yeah, that's what religion
it
is
goes
storytelling.
patterns,
Yeah.
Right, so it's like you're breaking the pattern that's been set for many years.
Yeah. But some people are okay with being able to break those patterns and mold with time. And some people are so afraid of it that it becomes this hate almost. And it does become hate, not almost.
Right.
It does become some sort of a hate.
I
That's the
think,
thing, like,
yeah, when you
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think when you've lived in a pattern for a long time, it's harder to adopt an opposing view.
Right.
All right.
Whereas if you exist outside of that already, it's easier for you to reject it and like be open to a different.
Right, yeah.
That's why like younger people are always the ones who are ready to be the woke crowd
Different.
or whatever, to different accept
Most of the
newer
time,
things because
yeah.
they've lived, like literally they've lived less years, so they've know less, so it's easier for them to be like water, be fluid, understand
new
things.
information. There's
They-
more space for
There's
new
more space for that.
But
information.
you
The
don't-
50-year-old who's always lived with, for example, I've always known boys to be boys and girls to be girls, and now I have to understand this. They're obviously gonna be
Brains are
pushback on
literally
more.
not as elastic.
We should have a conversation on what then makes someone so open-minded at a young age and an older age, because there are a lot of older people who are extremely open-minded as if they were a young generation. What creates these open-minded people? What closes these minds? Like what is it? Experiences? Is it the people that are around you? Like what specifically? Like what made all of us so open-minded? We have like at least us three. We had
I think
religious
it's an
parents.
assumption to say that we're all open-minded. I think we'd like to believe we are, but faced with
Are we actually open?
hard questions. we
Well, when I
won't
say,
know
like,
until
open-minded,
you are in that situation. You know?
I mean, like, you wouldn't, I'm talking about, like, like, we're not going to go around being like, oh, this person is a certain race, let's judge them.
No, yeah,
you know.
I mean,
Right.
I would also like to assume that we're all open-minded, and I
Yeah.
do believe we are. I'm saying, like,
But if you're put in a certain situation, are you
Yeah.
actually
you see that, like even life and death situations. What would you do if there's an active shooter
Right.
in your room? Would you help your friend or would you save yourself?
But
No, you never
think
know
being
until
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
in the danger.
being
Well,
open-minded to,
that's
like,
a little different.
like social issues and things,
Yeah.
we're,
Right.
we're all already
That's what
on
I
the
mean.
same page with
Yeah, I'm
those
talking
things.
about more of
Yeah.
those.
It's like the
And then-
oh sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, an example is like tying it to like dating apps, and like someone I spoke to off a dating app, she asked me, like, if your kid turned out gay, how would you accept them or whatnot? And it's like, obviously in my head I'm like, yeah, my kid's my kid. But then you think about, like, not that I wouldn't accept them, but like then you start thinking about, like, their life's gonna be hard depending on how this country goes or how the view of homosexuality goes, or the whole LGBTQ community goes. Like, if it doesn't change in like a couple years when your kid's at that age, you're probably thinking like that kid's gonna struggle, that kid's gonna have bullies in school, and you're probably thinking like it's probably easier if they weren't gay, right? But like,
That's not the same as you not being open-minded to the fact that they could still be gay. Like, it's not like you saying, I don't want you to be gay because
That
it's
sounds not
bad.
pragmatic.
It's
Yeah,
more like
that's
Right.
more
he's
like
guilty
protecting.
of having that doubt.
the guilt of it,
The
like,
guilt
comes
of it.
into
Oh,
play.
wait, life would be better if for me, like I've thought life would be better if I was a white man in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're
That's
still
like-
not, you're not like hating
that's
the
kinda the
child
same
or like
thing.
hating the idea of them being gay. You're hating the idea of how the world's going to treat your child if
Right.
they're gay.
Like-
But that's very different. That still is open-minded, because you would still be okay with them being gay in, like, say, in your household, right? Or like even out there, you're just more afraid of everyone else. That's still,
Yeah,
I would still say that's still open-minded.
Like, in general, you're just worried about what
Yeah,
the kid's life's
being,
gonna be like.
being worried about your child being gay and the fear of everything, it does not make you any less open-minded.
You're
If
saying,
anything, it's more because you're aware of the fact that, okay, yeah, my child might be gay and they might go through struggles, but you're still going to support them. Like, that in itself is open-minded, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the idea, like, right now I think I would support them
Yeah,
regardless,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like there is still that fear, that guilt of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is gonna be hard.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
just thinking upon myself as a parent.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, as a parent, don't make it any less, and you wouldn't make it any harder for them by not supporting them. Yeah.
But
That's
it'd also
a-
be hard as a parent.
That's also true. Yeah.
that's a good example, because decisions made in parenthood, I couldn't put myself in those shoes now. Without, I can make
Yeah.
assumptions about how I would think I would react.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I'm very open-minded.
Mhm.
I am.
Yes, yeah.
What if you're the paraplegic, poly, hijabi?
Yeah, wait.
Unless you have a
our
butt
parents
chin,
also probably
then-
thought they were really open-minded, or at least like,
Yeah, it's in the context of what they grew up with,
Like
what we
what-
grew
yeah.
up with. Who knows how society's gonna be when we have kids?
if
right?
my
Wait.
kid is like, I want to marry my AI girlfriend.
And then,
How
and
will
you
you
say
take
no,
that?
and they're
Maybe
like,
I'm
you're,
not that open-minded.
Yeah,
you're being robophobic, Dad.
Robophobic. Oh my
How
god.
dare you?
AI phobic. Oh, that's weird.
You saw that tweet too?
It's like,
That actually brings up a good point, because when I was in high school, I remember being very closed-minded to the idea of anyone drinking and smoking, right? Whether it's like a friend or an older person or anything. And now, like, as an adult, obviously adults that are my friends do drink and smoke. And I'm like, wow, like that mindset that you, like that what I thought I was still being open-minded in 10th grade is definitely closed-minded as an adult. But like, I didn't think I was closed-minded in 10th grade. I thought I was being like oh no, like drinking's bad. Why would you want to do that? You know, it's actually more open-minded not to drink or smoke and whatever.
Yeah, I guess we haven't really defined open-minded because you're
Yeah.
right. It's
You
so
also-
contextual.
Yeah.
Like a kid versus the same kid 10 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, kid versus
Different.
adult, or even like just cultures, like Western culture versus like Eastern culture. All of that's different too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's
Yeah.
open, what's not open.
And I think the way we were talking about it before, it was like very, like we all knew what we meant by the term open-minded
Like
in the
social
context
stuff.
of like being acceptance of LGBTQ
Yeah.
Right.
lifestyles.
Mm.
That's
but
something we
but
all
also
align
like
on.
politics and right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all contextual.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. What is happening?
Like
in
I'm
the
not a
social
big fan of everyone hating on slippers and socks, like those sandals and socks thing. I get it. Your feet can feel sticky on those things. My feet get stuck on the bottom.
Oh, you're
What?
saying you're pro socks and slides?
Yeah.
Get out of my house.
That's how I showed up today.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like socks and slides. No, I like socks and slides. But a lot of people hate on it. But like, you know, be open-minded to it and stuff. But, you know, I guess.
Well, that's a low bar there, but
Well,
Yeah,
just
that-
you
that's
said it was.
That's a fun one. Like,
It's a fun one.
your
yeah.
kid
fun one.
being gay or socks and slippers?
Oh, here's another one. I personally don't think it's a big deal to wear hats indoors, but you will meet a lot of people who will
Oh, that's
argue
a valid
It's a
thing.
very
it's
Asian thing,
disrespectful.
yeah.
It's not mannerism. There's no mannerism to it. But like but to us it's just an accessory, you know.
I thought it was more of a government building thing. Like you're not supposed to
No,
wear
man.
hats inside.
I have
government
coworkers
buildings.
who tell me it's a respect thing.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
no
respect
hats
to
at
who?
the dinner table,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially amongst the older generation, I feel like they indoors
Yeah.
and in the presence of just older people in general.
Yeah, or
like you-
professionals.
professionals or
Yeah, it's all a military thing too. You're supposed to take your hat off.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're commanding
It's a very
officer
Western
comes.
mindset too.
in the
It's
presence
not
of the
a
flag, I believe.
yeah.
Right.
Because
there's
I don't
that.
think it's a thing in Eastern culture or Asian culture to take off a hat when you walk into a building.
Us Muslims, we wear hats all the time.
Oh, fair, yeah.
That's what we all.
I was just trying to be mindful of the viewers, you know?
Because your hair's messed up or something?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like
okay, yeah. That's
crazy
fair.
sweating
Yeah.
all day.
No, I wasn't calling you out. I was just
Dare
saying.
you wear a hat in my podcast?
I'm so sorry.
That's just another like thing to be like unopened or
Yeah.
open-minded to. Like I think it's like who gives a shit, you know? Like at schools, there's still a rule of people can't wear hats in the building, and I'm like that doesn't
I
make
thought it was that
sense.
because of a gang affiliation with the hats.
See, but what third grader is going to be in a gang that's
Have you been to her?
You've been Herndon?
all right? Okay,
Herndon Elementary?
well, the rule at schools is because it distracts from education. But like then that's up to the teacher to make sure they don't get distracted. If it's a distraction, then you take it off. I had a kid once who had such a bad haircut, he would cry taking off his hat. So I let him wear his hat. And the teacher would be like, oh, it's disrespectful. It's a school rule. And I'm like, he's going to cry and not learn anything.
That's literally why I'm wearing this hat right now.
Yeah, you don't want to cry.
He's gonna cry right now.
I would literally cry.
And we'd rather you focus on the podcast than cry.
Right.
Exactly. So
in
like
a
this
1,000
stupid
years, I want them to say he had drip.
that too,
Or else
too.
you'll be crying.
I'll be crying right now.
1,000 years is like the man. This guy's hair, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, but see, like those are like the open-minded type of situations. Like, which one's open-minded?
I think, okay, so there's two things, right? I think one of them is defining it as like being in opposition to the commonly accepted view on a specific topic.
Right.
I think another way to look at being open-minded is if you are presented with information that you disagree with, how willing are you to accept it at face value and incorporate it into your worldview?
Assuming
I
that
think that is
the
more,
information is correct. Not, just
assuming
like
that information
not
is
like an opposing
Right, yeah,
viewpoint
yeah.
right.
only.
It's
Yeah.
not like disinformation
Yeah,
Right.
Fake
or
news.
like propaganda. Yes.
Yeah.
For like subjective subjects.
It's
Yeah.
not cricket, whatever.
But okay, so
I'm
then
not
back to the hat
open-minded, like-
situation, I would be willing to say to like a person, okay, I understand if you don't want to wear your hat indoors because you think it's disrespectful, but if I don't think it's disrespectful, I'm going to keep my hat on. I think that's a compromise of open-mindedness, right?
But
Like
yeah,
I'm
in
not
that
forcing
in-
my ideals of
Yeah.
hatness, my hat on you, but you can't force it on me then. Is
right.
that-
So
you know?
So here's another, like, I'll give it to you a different way, right?
Yeah.
In that same example, what if someone's religion said, I can't be in the presence of other people wearing hats, or like, I don't know, like they cited a religious reason for you to take your hat off.
Then I would ask, is this a public situation setting? Can you remove yourself? Or do I have to remove myself? If it's my home, don't come into my house. Like, you know, but if it's your home, I will respect your home
Sure.
and your, you know, but if it's a public
That's
space,
pretty logical. Yeah. I
so
guess
that would be my response to it.
Right.
Yeah. That example was
I'm also
bad.
thinking
No,
like,
no, that was
like,
a good, no, that's
like
a good example.
Like I mean, that's kind of coming into like what's happening here, I guess. Like we are imposing, not we, some people are imposing their religious beliefs on other people. And that's not like, that's not a matter of like being open-minded or not. That's just like, wait, why are you, we are a separation of church and state country.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
That's been a problem for
something in your
centuries.
religion
Yes.
that I'm not agreeing with. You can't put that on me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
I
there's no
guess-
religion
And
that does
also culture,
Mind you.
because the hat thing is a culture thing. It's an American culture thing to take off the hat. What if I don't want to follow that American culture? It's not illegal,
that. It's
you
not a
know.
rule. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's something that's ingrained in white American culture to take off your
At
hat.
that point, you just gotta be okay with the consequences, which is usually social ostracization.
I'm good
They
with
won't
that.
hang out with you. They will talk bad about you. So if you're willing to take that, then it's fine. But these are your friends, then you don't want your friends to not like you, right?
Well, if they're your friends, they would accept you the way that you are. Then they're
Yeah.
not real good friends.
it depends on what the subject is. The hat is very low tier.
Yes,
but there's
that's
some
true.
other things that are
So
culturally
like,
different.
how about this? When you're at a
Yeah. Think
like
of a better example.
a
please.
U.S. So if you're like a sporting event or whatnot, and they're playing the national anthem, and our tradition in I think most countries they tend to stand for the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't do that, what is the that
I think it's to each their
Like
own.
standing for the national
Just like
anthem, standing
religion,
for the
it's to each
pledge,
their own.
like anything like that? Because technically, there's no law that says
Yeah.
you have to stand for it. There's no law that says you have to take your hat off for it.
Yeah.
But like we just culturally do that.
yeah.
I think because culturally we do it. If you don't, people, like he said, will ostracize you and treat you funny or look at you funny. But so you're up to it. Like it still is each their own. And if you're willing to accept the fact that people are gonna look at you funny, then by all means. I actually have done that before, where like the Pledge of Allegiance or national anthems done at my school, I will take a seat. I don't stand for it. I don't give a damn, because of. I don't want to stand for what we are as a country right now, you know? But I've had people stare at me, and one of my coworkers behind me was like, oh, you should stand. And I'm like, no, I don't have to. But I'm willing to have that conversation and be like, I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. Because it's not hurting anybody. It's not illegal.
Right.
I'm not hurting anyone's, like, physically, emotionally, mentally, like, you know? So in that situation, I say stand up for what you believe in.
Or don't stand.
Or
don't stand.
take a seat
sit
for what you
for
believe
what you
in.
believe.
Take a seat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Kaepernick did. Got in trouble. But Kaepernick
Yeah,
did.
but he stood on business, as they say.
Stood on business.
And those things, like, why get in trouble for something that's not illegal just because
Right.
it's a social concept? Social norms are meant to be broken. That's how we are. Like, that's why women wear heels and men don't anymore. And that's why women wear makeup and men don't anymore. We broke those social constructs.
I guess in the cases of like things that are preference and the consequences are like ostracized, social rejection. That word fucked me up.
That's okay.
Like the stakes are not the same, right? It's like like you can get that consequence, like you can live with that consequence.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like accepting information that opposes yours that has validity. Like, for example, like if they came out with research to suggest that vaccines actually were really bad for you. Like,
How
Well,
easily could you take that
okay.
information?
how easily could you take that, digest it, and say, I was wrong?
Oh, okay. I personally would want to see the research, read it myself, and then I'd be like, okay, yeah.
That is, I think, the right way to go at it. But like,
Most people
how
don't.
many people are actually able to
I'm saying
absorb that information?
Yes, yeah.
Well, absorb it. And I feel like
accept it?
a lot of people might stick to their old position from
Regardless.
a place of pride,
Yeah.
Or like
arrogance,
Oh, yes.
stubbornness.
They've made
It's a sin for a
a
reason.
part of their identity.
Yeah.
And I think being able to do that that's also a more close definition of open mind.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Being able to see both sides. And
It's not the only part about open-mindedness,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Yeah. I've actually done that with like all the Trump and MAGA mindsets, just like watching and listening and reading their mindsets. Obviously, it's very different from mine, but just trying to wrap around like, oh, why is it that they think this way? Other than like the very stupid things like, you know, like, oh, Obama started this and that, like all the fake stuff, you know, aside from the fake things.
You're rationalizing? What's going on?
No. Like they'll say things like
Lizard people.
no. See, like the ridiculous stuff, like that's all I can remember right now. Okay, I'll go back.
What
to
is
it,
a
but, like,
non-ridiculous MAGA point? I want to know that.
Well, no, there's still ridiculous. Okay, like for example, I am very much like pro-choice, right? Like you should have the choice of your own body. It's literally yours, right? But when I think of like the pro-lifers, which is obviously the MAGA standpoint, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, they're arguing the idea of like, okay, they think this is a life form. They think God wants this creature to be existing in the world. And like, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I still like can take that information in, absorb it, and be like, okay, I see why without proper education, more scientific education, more of a religious education, you can think that way, you know? And I think, like you said, that's more of an open-minded mindset and not just being like, oh, they're stupid or like, what the fuck, what are they thinking or blah, 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 blah. I mean, I still say that stuff, but like, I can still say like, okay, well, you know, they've been groomed to be this religious mindset. And that would go with what you're, one of the definitions of open-mindedness.
I think that's open-minded.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note,
Are you hungry?
it's time.
But guys, we're supposed to talk about like more about the podcast.
I'm
We
gonna
got
open my
two
mind to
open
this
minds.
pizza.
All right.
Exactly. So let us know what you guys thought about this last 6 months of our podcast, how we've been doing, and
How
I guess
much you
how
missed me.
open-minded you are. What?
How much everyone missed me on the last podcast.
You were
I
there?
think we missed the
Yeah, you know
opportunity
what?
to interrupt.
I think you all missed the opportunity to tell everybody I wasn't here. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us on R&R with RTZ mid-season finale.
We're going to be taking a short break, but we'll be back soon.
We'll be taking a short break and we'll be back
All right,
soon.
okay.
Thank you so much, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.
Hey guys, Rahib here. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button to get a notification whenever there's a new video. If you want to support the channel, check out the merch shop as well as the Buy Me a Coffee page and the Patreon page to get monthly benefits such as exclusive BTS content, unedited podcasts, and early access to all the videos. All the funds help grow the channel and keep it afloat, so any and all help is appreciated. All the links are in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.